There's only one. This Marquette team, they were picked 10th in the Big East preseason poll. What a job that Ken is building for Paige Bueckers and the senior class. They hope to, and they're certainly in place for NCAA tournament games here in the first weekend, but Marquette will start with it in the visiting blue.
This place is electric though, huh?
It sure is. From the corner, Skylar Forbes starts right where she left off.
Unreal shot there by Forbes. It's so important for Marquette to start out strong offensively.
Forbes had 15, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 3 steals in the win over Xavier. That's a welcome sight for Uconn, and AZ Fudd, who Gino Auriemma challenged heading into this game.
You know, she played so great against South Carolina and hasn't shot consistently well in the game since. An important way for her to start.
Marquette has come ready to play. That three good for Lee Volker.
Well, Forbes and Volker are two of their top 3 players who have played exceptionally well late in this season.
We talked with Kara Consuegra. She said, no matter what against UConn, you better start well, as Bueckers is fouled.
Well, you do have to start well, especially for a team like Marquette, who plays such phenomenal defense. They score 67 a game. UConn scores 81 a game. So they've got to make sure they score, but they've got to defend. Difficult to guard Paige Bueckers.
Paige Bueckers comes into women's college basketball as the #1 recruit in 2020. And you win National Player of the Year, and Gino Auriemma said she's just ascended from there, even in the midst of the injuries. Meg, and today, an emotional day, she reflected with her coach this morning.
I mean, Paige is a deep-thinking kid. She's probably more unselfish than he would like, but she's a great kid.
That's a travel by Forbes.
It's interesting that Paige says part of her legacy is that she wants to be known as, with all the NIL success she's had, she wants to share it. That's unique.
It sure is. And that's something that even her coach has gotten honor for from time to time. He said, if anything, I want you to be more aggressive. Like she is right here, off on the floater, and Marquette gets the stop. Golden Eagles on a 5-game winning streak. Short tapped out into the hands of Bueckers with a beautiful delivery to Sarah Strong. How about the way Sarah Strong's come on?
And the Marquette bench was looking for an offensive foul with that left shoulder that created the contact. But the freshman Sarah Strong is just so savvy for such a young player.
Averaging 15 and 8 per game and firmly in that driver's seat for Big East Freshman of the Year, not to mention on the Cheryl Miller Award finalists.
Great footwork there, yeah, getting around the offensive player with the bad pass, though. Good steal by Marquette.
Back out to the place, who was stopped by Strong. Delivery to Porter, and Marquette will hang on to it.
Should be an interesting game, John, because both teams are so good defensively and then like to push the ball in transition. They get a lot of offense from their defense.
The name of the game for the Golden Eagles recently, will stay with them, in their most recent game against Xavier, they only allowed 4 points in the first quarter.
That's incredible defense. You see Sarah Strong almost with the steal there, but she stepped on the sideline.
A steal by Fudd. AZ Fudd all the way.
You know, everyone talks about how much, what a great shooter AZ Fudd is, and she is. She doesn't get enough credit for what a good defender she is.
Another turnover, Marquette with back-to-back. As Chen goes back to Fudd. Fudd with a nice delivery on Aubrey Griffin's senior day. The only UConn women's player in program history to play 6 years.
Well, she's had some injuries. The ACL tear last year. And they're grateful she's back. She's impacting this team at the right time.
Gino Auriemma says Aubrey Griffin, little things, done right. Marquette with 3 straight turnovers, a 2-on-1. Strong, and she gives it up. Mason with great defense.
Great defense and strong telegraph that pass, too.
Porter tries and hits Marquette's 3 for 4 from downtown.
And they're a 31% shooting three-point team. They've come out on fire here on the road.
Olivia Porter just with 10 threes in conference. By Beckers. Paige Beckers with a fancy move.
How about the hesitation there to get the defender off balance and then took it to the hole? Pretty play.
How about this pressure? It leads to a 5-second violation. Marquette's committed 6 turnovers.
That's a lot of turnovers for Marquette to commit. Kara Consuegra not happy with it, but she knew they were in for a big challenge because Uconn is a phenomenal defensive team.
And the Huskies are top 8 in America in turnover margin at +8. They give it away here, but Marquette just having trouble hanging on to the basketball out of the gates. AZ5 rejected. Forbes with a shutdown.
Forbes, a terrific shot blocker, second in the Big East. She's got 50 blocks this season. And then you see the nice bounce, and then just perfectly timed, long arms, 6'3".
There's the little things from Aubrey Griffin. A putback. And now Fudd with a deflection, a save, what a play. Griffin's second effort. Aubrey Griffin does the dirty work. Timeout, Marquette. Saw Jonathan the 15th in the house here at Gamble Pavilion. Just a fantastic atmosphere. You've been a part of this program a long time. You remember when things did not look like this, right?
Yeah, when Gamble first opened. We weren't sure if they should. They were like, should we charge people? Will they come if we charge them? I think $7 was what they settled on.
Sesnero belongs to the Huskies, a 9th Marquette turnover.
I mean, Marquette is, they know they cannot turn the basketball over against Uconn, but that's the challenge. Uconn is so good defensively. And Marquette has to really maximize every offensive possession.
Allowing just 52 points per game. Best scoring margin in America, 29 for the Huskies. Chen to Beckers and Uconn. Marquette, they're among the top 3 in the Big East in defense. Right now that turnover bug is picked up to 2 to 10.
And what Uconn does is their defense is so frenetic, it can often make teams play too fast, and that's what looks like Marquette is doing. Getting a little bit too fast ahead of themselves and turning the ball over.
That's really what the Huskies did against Creighton on Thursday night. They pressured the Blue Jays, outscored them 27-12 in the second quarter as Beckers cashes in.
Paige Beckers loves that mid-range floater.
Love what you said there, though, about causing chaos, because Gino Oriema said this team's been best when a little bit unscripted, as that's a travel by Volker.
Again, that defense forced that turnover, and Gino has said, you're right, like, let's not over-script it, as we've got some subs come in the game for Uconn. Ashlyn Shade and KK Arnold have come in, and they've done such a phenomenal job off the bench all season long after starting last year with all the injuries.
What do they bring?
They bring energy. I mean, they bring 2 different things. You talk about defensive chaos, that's KK Arnold. She's unreal. That unscripted offense, she's perfect with. And Shade is just a defensive enforcer who knocks down open shots.
Beckers fouled by Skylar Forbes. Uconn on a 16-3 run. Golden Eagles only turned it over, well, we say only, but they turned it over 21 times for the first meeting with Uconn back on New Year's Day. Fudd from Strong, that was pretty.
You want to talk about unscripted. That was just 2 basketball players making the right play. Great timing in that cut and a perfect pass from Strong.
I say only because Marquette's already at 11 giveaways in the first 6 minutes.
Got away with a walk there.
That 3 way off. The Huskies defense came ready for the assignments.
Well, Consuegra knew she had a tall order here, you know, going on the road and playing at Uconn. And her team, they were picked 10th, and they're in 4th place. She's done a phenomenal job with the Golden Eagles. UConn tough at home, but UConn's defense is their calling card.
This time the Huskies turn it over. They're 5th to Marquette. A team that has been stifling defensively in the Big East. They do cash in this time. Porter. Lydia Porter identified as an X factor by Kara Consuegra. Entry and a finish for Sarah Strong.
And a perfect pass from Beckers.
Beckers averaged over 6 assists per game in the month of February.
That kid is more comfortable passing the ball than shooting it.
And she's one of the best shooters in America.
That's right. I like to call it the reluctant superstar.
Volker out of control into the hands of Arnold where she's at her best. Look at the delivery ahead to Shade. Cash.
I tell you, Ashlyn Shade is so good on the break, pulling up 12 feet. That shot is money.
Ashlyn Shade at 48% shooting on the season. And there's no drop off from 3.
Yeah, she's a relentless worker in the offseason.
Forbes.
A tough move, huh?
She put Strong in the spin cycle.
Forbes, a former gymnast.
Beckers answers right back. That's the first Connecticut 3. They've only taken 2.
Really haven't needed them. There's been so many other opportunities.
Porter trying to keep her pivot shot clock down to 12. This is Perkins who's been coming on as of late for the Golden Eagles. Shot clock's down to 5. Perkins off the dribble, got it.
What a terrific shot by Perkins with Beckers in her face.
Beckers right back to Sarah Strong.
You knew that isolation was the intent there. Beckers kept looking and looking, and she found Strong.
Gina Oriema says Sarah Strong just plays. She moves to the next play time and again as Marquette gives it away. And here's an example of it, Meg.
Well, Beckers was looking for it. You see her at the top, way out in the top of the key. And with Forbes fronting Strong down low, there's no weak side help. The perfect pass. She was waiting for it. Nicely set up by Strong.
Meg, how big is that, though, when you're a freshman and you're on a team with some players who have accomplished so much, and you just come in and are this comfortable?
Well, that just shows you the confidence of Sarah Strong. She's such a quiet kid. She's such a nice kid. Humble. Beckers with a strong drive. She didn't need much space there. But Sarah Strong is a perfect complement to this team. She's a phenomenal player. And she's only a freshman. She has no idea what she's even doing yet, and she's playing this well.
A 16-13 game against South Carolina. As we've got a 2-second difference between shot and game clock here. Pull-up 3 is short. Offensive rebound for Marquette. Shot clock turned off for them to hold it if they'd like. Perkins to Mason, an entry with 5. Over doesn't go. Scramble for it with 1. And that'll do it for the opening quarter with the Huskies.
Certainly the Big East Player of the Year.
When she reached 2,000 career points back on January the 19th, just her 102nd career game, she broke her idol, Maya Moore's record, and accomplishing that feat.
Pretty special idol, yeah. Maya, one of the greats.
Well, jumper to start the second quarter off for Perkins. All the adversity for Paige Beckers. Tibial fracture, ACL tear. And so go back to Marquette. She told us earlier this week, when I think about my journey, I feel like sometimes God gives the biggest challenges to the people that he knows could handle them most. She really has dug deep with her faith. And she said, I want to have that unbelievable story to tell that I overcame the odds and won a national championship.
Yeah, absolutely. She can tell you what, I don't know anyone more faithful than Paige. Really leans on her faith. It's helped her get through a very tumultuous career of injuries. The whole positive attitude and unselfish, hard worker, consummate teammate.
Perkins with the shot clock down to 2. It goes. Marquette's 4-3. Kennedy Perkins, a junior from Bolingbrook, Illinois, coming off a 9-point showing. Chen.
That's a tough bounce pass to a kid on your team who is 6, what is, Alumni is 6'5". You gotta throw the ball up in the air.
What do you think is the biggest key for Marquette to figure some things out in this second quarter? How do they get some sort of a rhythm?
Yeah, well, they gotta take care of the basketball. Get the ball up and run offense, but they're so good at getting offense out of their defense. Uconn is doing right now a better job of not giving up transition buckets to them, and that's what Marquette is really good at doing themselves. So it's like, who can impose their will better to be more successful?
Uconn just swarming the basketball. Shot clock down to 4. It's a 2. That's another tough shot off the side of the backboard and shot clock violation.
So Uconn's defense looks incredible right now. Difficult there for Kara Consuegra to figure out, like, okay, how are we going to get a shot?
Well, it's ratcheted up to another level, Meg. Over the last 5 games, the Huskies have allowed just 49 points per contest. Packers. Offensive rebound, and the awareness of Sarah Strong keeps it with the Huskies.
Yeah, that's just a savvy play. Right, track down the ball, don't get called for the foul. Was off balance and throw it off the kid's legs so you get possession.
Strong to Alumni.
Perfect pass there from Strong. And it's critical for Alumni to finish in the lane. There have been many games where she has struggled to knock down layups in the lane. They need her to be successful down low.
And out for Mason, it was a clean look. And immediately Uconn looks to run. But tough shot. It's long, and the Golden Eagles able to get a sound. Top 3 in offense, top 3 in defense, top 3 in field goal percentages. This Marquette team in the Big East, and you can see why. Volker.
I've been so impressed the way they've knocked down threes. They haven't needed much room.
Volker, a transfer from Duke. As Strong connects. What happens when she is drilling from the outside?
I mean, who do you guard? That's the question. Uconn's so dangerous when they are all in the flow offensively. They've been inconsistent at times this year, but it certainly seems that they're getting more and more consistent now that March is here.
Sarah Strong, I think she's just a freshman. It's Sherry all the way to the rim. It's Mason with her first points. Aiden Mason identified by Coach Consuegra as an X factor, and you can understand why. 3 double-figure performances in the last 4 games, 18 against Georgetown.
She's been stepping up huge lately. Speaking of stepping up huge, the freshman sensation, Sarah Strong.
We had her at the Nike Hoop Summit here on FS1 last year. And Kim Adams, who's in the studio today, check in with Kim at the half, just said aggressive. Aggressive on every possession. That is Sarah Strong. Yes, tough shot. It does go for Mason.
That's a tough shot over the outstretched arm of Alumni.
Beckers comes right back and hits. Paige Beckers has 13.
That is an unstoppable shot there by Paige Beckers. Perhaps her favorite shot, that pull-up jumper in traffic.
Golden Eagles are 3 for their last 3. And on the shot clock, Marquette has won 5 in a row. 20-win season for a team picked second to last in the preseason. It's been a remarkable year. And a foul underneath. That'll send Bediako to the line. Zeta Beniaco at the free throw line now, the sophomore from Brampton, Ontario. Her brother Jaden played in the Big East at Seton Hall last year. Charles played basketball at Alabama, so she comes from a rich basketball family transferring in from Georgia Tech.
Impressive too, winning a bronze medal with Canada's U19 national team.
Good start to the second quarter for the Golden Eagles, outscoring Uconn thus far 12-9.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're competitive. I love their grit. I love the way they work. They're tenacious.
Strong was left open, in and out. Aubrey Griffin has been all over the offensive glass.
And that's where Aubrey Griffin is at her best, just flying in there, offensive rebounding. No one checked her.
And then the pressure. That's the second 5-second violation of the game.
And their calling card is defense and rebounding. Let's hope they can start defending, and Uconn maybe goes cold.
And you're facing a Uconn team that's 7th in the country with a +7 turnover margin and 2nd in scoring defense, allowing just 52 points per game. They forced 14 giveaways already. Strong tries again. Off the heel, and Marquette gets a stop.
Uconn moving well offensively without the ball. They've gotten stagnant throughout the season on the offensive end.
Forbes couldn't connect. Volker attacking, Lee Volker.
A smart basketball play by the senior. She's just gotten better and better and better as her career and the season has gone on.
3 points per game last year. How about 13 this year? As Fudd is shut down, and that's Marquette's strength, shot blocking.
Yep, it's the second one for Forbes here with authority.
They're first in the Big East. And anytime you're in the same league as Connecticut and you're first in the league, 27 in the country with close to 5 rejections per game. KK Arnold, a foul called on Forbes. That is her second.
And see, that was a smart play. Great take by KK Arnold. But when you're going against a shot blocker, if you're not careful as a shot blocker, you're going to commit fouls because you love blocking shots. Smart play by Arnold to drive and draw that foul and get herself to the line.
And welcome back Ice Brady, the redshirt sophomore who's been dealing with an injury. We have not seen her since February 2nd, has missed the last 7 games.
Yeah, you could see that wrap around that left shoulder. She injured it and then re-injured it and just extended her absence. And that is, it's a tough injury to get back from.
Fighting through it. Gino Auriemma joked this morning. He said, a lot of teams are shortening their rotation this time of year. We're adding to ours.
He's a bit unconventional.
That's what's led him to all those wins. It's really that Daly figure that's next to him. It's not him. Shot clock at 7. It's down to 4 around the screen. Perkins at 1. That's a heave. It's off. Battle for the rebound and a jump ball. The Arrows with Connecticut.
That was really good hustle there by Hallie Weiss to get that position. But Paige Beckers tied her up and Uconn got the arrow.
Eric Consuegra.
Can't say enough about the job she's done in her first season at Marquette.
Phenomenal. For a decade on the sidelines at Charlotte was on Terry Mitchell. Tremendous head coach in her day on this Marquette staff as Arnold was short. Offensive rebound. Welcome back, Ice Brady. That was cold as ice on the finish.
In front of the student section, they're losing their minds. In fairness, it doesn't take much.
She looked reverse.
Yeah.
Forbes, and she turned it over. 16th, the pace of KK Arnold. To Beckers, to Fudd, and a foul.
What a pretty play. Fudd couldn't get that ball to drop. But as KK Arnold is dribbling here, she sees Paige coming. She knows she's going to drop it to her. And then the pretty quick touch pass from Beckers to Fudd. Getting fouled by Volker there. Just couldn't get the ball to drop. She'll shoot two frees.
AZ Fudd. Now, she is part of the senior day festivities, but she still has a decision to make, whether she goes to the WNBA draft or comes back for next season. Uconn staff has said with the transfer portal in this current climate, she technically has 48 hours after Uconn's final game of the season. Gino Auriemma has given her the deadline of, all right, let's do that after the Big East tournament, which is next weekend right here on FS1 and Fox. So she will make it known over the next, we'll know in 8 days what she's doing.
And she is the first to tell you, and anyone within this program, she does not like making decisions, particularly hard ones.
And even some that might be portrayed as easy.
Yeah.
We're talking something as simple as what flavor Gatorade she wants. Gino Auriemma says she doesn't know. Beckers is decisive. How about 15 for Paige Beckers? Foul by Strong. Well, when you think about it, and what AZ Fudd has to contemplate, Gino Auriemma said there's some days where I think she's coming back. There's others where I'm thinking, okay, I know how good of a pro you could be. Obviously been through a lot of injuries as Chen comes back in. What do you think about the decisions to be made?
Well, you know, being in my 50s, I'm thinking if you can stay in college, especially now with the money, and Paige and AZ, but the two of them make more money than a lot of the men's players in the country. And so AZ Fudd is so good with her NIL situation, she could stay. And like, to me, why not stay in college? They chartered their flights, they live like queens here. Why not stay, enjoy college, put off the real world another year? That would be my choice.
Well, and at a place that's all about winning banners. Gino Auriemma said it doesn't always come down to just that, but let's face it, 11 national championships, that's the standard. He said, and for Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd, it's getting that elusive 12th for this program. That is the task at hand. Beckers has been a machine. 17 points in the first half.
She just looks different, Beckers. She just looks different this last week or two.
A foul by Fudd. Third team foul for Uconn, one left to give in this first half. What do you mean by different?
She's just locked in. There's just a purpose. Something about even the look on her face, her body language. I would just say really locked in and just ready to make that run in March.
9-0 run for Connecticut. Paige's dad, Bob Beckers, mom, Amy Fuller, the whole gang here today for senior day. It'll be emotional post-game.
Yeah, her grandparents are here. Her brothers and sister are here.
Forbes, Skylar Forbes is one of the best players in the Big East.
Say, Forbes has been playing phenomenally here this first half, especially draining threes.
Coach Consuegra calls Skylar Forbes a unicorn because she says it's so much. It's the leadership, but what Skylar doesn't get enough credit for is what you brought up, the shot blocking ability. It's the defensive leadership that they love. Chen was shut down by Mason.
What a block there by Mason.
Already 4 blocks for the Golden Eagles. Mason couldn't connect. Put back. And a foul that will send Vice to the line.
And we talked a lot about that defense to offense, how quickly Marquette got the ball up the floor. And then I love how Vice followed, grabbed that offensive rebound, and got herself fouled into the line.
Allie Vice, she has 7.4 rebounds, ranks among the Big East leaders And Coach Consuegra says that Hallie embodies the core values that Kara wants to bring to this program. Heart. So H is for heart, E for effort, A for accountability, R, respect, T, toughness. That's their core principles.
Yeah, and it's that we above me mentality. And she has said several times, this is the most bought-in group of kids I've ever coached. And when you've got kids believing in each other and in the program and in the culture, anything can happen.
20-win season when picked second to last. 8 on the shot clock. Got a 3-second difference between shot and game. It's Beckers. She's had the big half on her senior day. A give to Brady. Ice Brady connects. A frenzy in stores. An exclamation point to end the first half. Gino Auriemma told us what's led to the last month of play. He said, it's our commitment on the defensive end.
I mean, they are relentless and ferocious defensively. They make it so difficult for teams to not only run their offense, but to even pass the ball here. Oh, perfect offensive execution by Marquette. You know, it's so important to come out in that second half in those first 5 minutes, establish yourself. Kudos to Marquette.
Get a glimpse of why Kara Consuegra has won 20 games in her first year at the helm.
And she's done an outstanding job.
Beckers to fight. 3 long after a pretty dish, and for Marquette, a stop to open the second half. Here's Forbes, the star, one of the best in the Big East. She's on her way to all Big East honors, and that one goes for Vice.
How about Vice in traffic? Knocking down that shot, got it to roll.
It is the key for this Marquette team in the Big East tournament. Next weekend, can they get complimentary scoring? What Coach Consuegra told us. Entry to Strong, Sarah Strong.
Strong is just so smart. She knew exactly where she was on the floor and kissed it perfectly off the top of the backboard.
13 for Strong. Kick to the corner. Marquette was hot from 3 in the first half, 6 of 10. A tip out and back to the Huskies.
Aubrey Griffin had inside position on Vice. And Vice did a nice job of tipping the ball without committing the foul. Eventually tipped it out of bounds.
This Uconn team securing their 24th Big East regular season crown. And now in their history, how about 60? 6-0 conference championships. Just incredible when you think about the combined success in their leagues, and obviously spending time in the American and rolling through that league every single year. And now coming back to the Big East, they've done nothing but win the regular season, and tournament crowns have not been tested much. Gino Auriemma was asked about that earlier this week as Strong is on. It's Fudd. AZ Fudd could not hit either. Aubrey Griffin's been relentless. Aubrey Griffin has an M1.
I mean, that was just tremendous effort and desire by the supremely athletic Griffin. And then the pretty finish while getting fouled. I mean, I'm always surprised when Fudd misses. Aubrey just went after it, and then the gorgeous finish. What athleticism.
Gino told the press the moment that conference championships, or any championships for that matter, get diminished in significance, that's the moment when I'm done. He said, It matters to us. There's a list of goals. We want to check each box. Just because we haven't won national titles in several years doesn't mean that it should diminish the fact that we own our league. That is so important to our program.
Without a doubt. I mean, the regular season championship means you're the best team over several months. That's something to really be proud of.
Mason could not get it to go. Here comes Griffin. Hand off to Chen. Caitlin Chen, her first points, the Princeton transfer.
Really pretty finish by the transfer, who will celebrate senior night here. And what a phenomenal year she has had, and what a difference she has made. in just 1 year in scores. It's pretty incredible to have that type of an impact being here in such a short period of time.
Gino Auriemma said so composed. And Meg, spending time with the team this morning, such a positive attitude.
Well, it's also March. He knows he can't be the cranky coach he has a tendency to be throughout the course of the season. He knows he's got to get these guys ready. But, you know, regarding Caitlin Chen, he loves Caitlin Chen. She's smart. She knows how to play. She was coached very well by Carla Berube at Princeton. But most importantly, I mean, she's got a maturity to her as a grad student, but she gets his sense of humor. That's helpful.
89% free throw shooter. Paige Beckers, that's a rare miss at the line. She came into this game having been 33 for 33 over her last 10. With a little laughter, you know this much. Her coach will make her aware that she just missed a free throw after this game.
Oh, no doubt about it.
It's interesting because when we were talking pregame, Paige said at one point to Gino after their shoot around, she said, I have no flaws. This is what I am. And he was talking through, he's like, when she first came in, he said she fully believed that. But when you've gone through what she's gone through, she works at it that much harder.
Yeah, she really does. I mean, the injuries were unfortunate, but again, we talked about her faith earlier. She just feels everything happens for a reason. She can handle it. She worked so exceptionally hard to get stronger, to get better. She's a special kid.
Goes back to Uconn. Well, she really invested when she went through the ACL injury, May. Pilates 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
Nutrition.
Her nutrition got better. Her sleep got better. She understood what she has to do to be her best. And she worked with Andrea Hootie, their strength coach, to really learn and understand what I have to do to be the best I can be.
Turnover this time. Gino Auriemma said, when you talk about Diana and Rebecca Loba and Sue Bird and Maya Moore, all the greats that have come here, he said, what does that require? It requires that you do not take a second off.
Right.
And he talked with Paige Beckers about that pressure earlier this week and said, you just got to keep being you. You can't try to be somebody that you're not.
And, you know, the pressure that these kids are under with all the NIL stuff, it's so much harder and different than Dee and Rebecca.
You believe that?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, they have to do appearances. They've got to do, you know, this. I'm too old for all this social media stuff, but that's such a part of their lives.
Easy fought automatic.
It's nice to see her knock down a three.
Fudd, her first.
It's infectious, and I always love coming back here. It's the best place ever.
When you committed to Uconn, you said Gino Auriemma was the first coach that saw me. He made me feel like he was totally committed to me and to my evolution as a player and a person.
Yeah.
How much did that just hit home when you were playing for him throughout the 4 years?
I mean, it changed my life. Like, quite literally changed my life. You know, being a little kid from Croatia, and for somebody like him, for him to see something in me, it's ridiculous, and it feels unreal. And, you know, I gave him a hard time, but he also gave me a hard time. I never once doubted my decision to come here.
As Paige Beckers has it.
Yeah. Ooh.
We'll take your color analysis.
Yeah, okay. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Fudd.
Yeah. Give me that big raw. Ooh. That was good.
Well, you've been through.
Oh, my girls are great.
You've been through senior day. They are great to the tune of 27-3. Well, what are the emotions of senior day?
What?
It's crazy,
God.
right?
It was. I was puffy for 3 days after.
But yours is the first year where you guys did it after the game as opposed to before.
Thank God, because the makeup gets ruined.
Back strong.
Nice pass.
Oh
that was a
she's
good
so
look.
good.
Yeah, it's a good pass from Beckers. And
So
how
good.
impressive you've been with Sarah Strong, with the way she, as a freshman, how calm and composed she is at all times.
I'm going to just say freshman of the year right there. Right there, and one of the best players in the country. How humble she is. And to this day, I feel like she's the most humble person I've ever met. With the amount of her accolades, the things that she's doing, she always puts others first and makes sure that everybody eats.
Wow, how about how fast Mason was as Arnold just fouled her there. But wow, KK Arnold is really fast running to the ball.
Yeah.
How about the way Mason beat her? That was impressive.
Sure was. Nika Mule joining us courtside. He said humble yet confident. Any Paige Becker's gem or story that's just always at the top of your mind?
Well, that you can share on the air anyway.
Parental advisory. Oh my God. I mean, there's just so many. There's just so many. Like, I remember us dying laughing every single day. Like, back when we had our group together. You know, every single year there was a different group of all of us. And we just got along so well. And I don't know. I don't have any specific stories for you right now. Like I've said, parental advisory. But,
yeah, well, we appreciate that. But, you know, it is also the culture of this program.
Oh,
and
for sure.
You know, Gino and CD have been here 40 years, and it's really all been the same. The teams are close.
They know how to recruit. They know what works. We just need the rest, you know. And he recruits really good kids. I'm not trying to say, like, you know, a good kid,
good athletes, good people.
Absolutely.
Trust me, if you weren't a good kid, we wouldn't have you sitting in between us.
Appreciate you. Yeah, no, he really recruits good athletes, good people first. And you can tell by our team chemistry and our chemistry off the court, especially with this group, you know, Aubrey, Paige. I haven't spent much time with Caitlin, but I've heard she's incredible person, incredible teammate. AZ, of course, I mean, spent so much time with all of them. They really mean a lot to me and their family. Okay, that was supposed to be a foul. You know me, I was called that a foul.
You never converse with the officials.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's not start that.
Perkins hits it home for Marquette. Look, you played in this league. Well, Marquette always tough as a team in this league, right?
So tough. They're just incredibly physical and, like, strong. I don't know what they do in the weight room, but it's working. So you can't move them. They're like a rock, all of them. And it's always very good and fun to play against a team like that.
Yeah, you love to play against teams that are physical and strong because people say the same about you guys.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Jenna. Penalty to Arnold. Marquette with another stop.
Hasn't been impressive to see KK Arnold and Ashlyn Shade how their roles have changed this year from starting and playing, 36 minutes a game to coming off the bench and really changing things.
Yeah. No, I told them last year when we were done, I said, things might change next year, because we were so shorthanded last year, but they just keep getting better and better. And what I love about those two is they don't care if they're starting or coming off the bench. Oh, look at his face.
Look at him.
That's the face.
Yeah, and how about his suit?
Oh my God, he's very handsome. He's very handsome in that.
Wait.
He's not wearing sweats.
I can't believe he's not wearing sweats. I know. I don't remember him ever wearing a suit at our games.
That's the face. What? Explain more on what that means.
I mean, there's so much that can be behind that face, He can
shaking that head.
Shaking the head. Oh, it's not good.
As he's up 29.
Yeah, I know. That's what I love about him.
Never satisfied, right? Never happy.
Never satisfied, and that's why he's so great.
If you could describe him in one word, what would it be?
Oh my goodness.
Again, a fit for
He's
TV.
just a grandpa, man. He's just a grandpa. He's just look at him.
And you know what the difference is? When I played for him, he was my freshman year. I think he was 33 years old.
Oh my God!
Isn't
Is he
crazy?
the same?
He is the same.
Yeah,
Obviously a lot more gray
Isn't
hair.
that incredible, though?
Yeah, he's still sarcastic, same sense of humor, but same demanding, and like demands the most out of you, but it's fair.
But he knows he can get it. That's the thing.
And he's got a great.
believes in you.
Yeah.
No, incredible. All our coaching, like our whole coaching staff, such an honor to play for them. I miss them all.
Here comes Beckers with a burst, and she traveled. turnovers by the Huskies. We're with Mika Mule right now. That belief, you just said it, and you said it as a player, he gets you to perform to a level that you didn't even know you were capable of.
Absolutely.
How so?
That's the thing. I feel like, you know, you kind of butt heads with him in practice so much. Excuse my language. But that's because he believes in you. And I was just talking to Meg. It's like when he stops yelling at you, when he stops, you know, demanding that from you, that's how you know you're in trouble.
Right.
As long as he's yelling at you, as long as he's angry with you, like getting on you, that's how you know, like, oh, I can do it.
And that's part
You
of
just gotta
what
figure it out.
Yeah, it's part of what makes him special.
Yeah.
Right? The way he can get kids to play to a level.
Yes.
Like he definitely, wouldn't you say that he got you to play to a level that you didn't think you could play?
I absolutely never thought I would be playing at this level. Not because I didn't believe in myself.
You just needed someone to believe in you.
Exactly. And yeah, forever grateful to all of them. Just, they are magicians, you know? People think they're coaches, they're magicians. They do crazy things. But
don't give that man a rabbit.
I know. we're talking too many nice things. Oh, look at the 2 legends, 3 legends, 4 legends.
It's an amazing stab. And Chris,
and look,
Chris
he's
Daly.
irritated. Of course he's irritated at something.
Yeah. And CD's always the one that has to listen to that.
She's the calming force.
She is. She's such a good balance.
They are.
And she looks really good tonight. Look at her.
Well, she knew the camera would be on her.
I know. She got a great outfit. Her hair is nice. Beautiful makeup on.
40 years together.
Incredible.
And it says a lot because Chris Daly's brought this up of just how humble Gino Auriemma is to allow her the amount of shine that he understands her role in this and tries to put the shine on her.
Yes. They're Batman and Robin. But you don't know who the Batman and who the Robin is. It changes every day. But they're so good at what they do, so good at their roles. And they balance each other so well.
About a 1 second difference between shot and game. How about this crowd?
Incredible. Electric.
Yeah, how special was it to play here?
Oh my God. I was just there and I was like, should I just hop on the bench? I'm like,
Ooh, Arnold puts a move.
Oh my God, that was nasty. KK, that was nasty.
That's how the third quarter ends. Steals and blocks, second in scoring and assists, 6 double-doubles to lead the team, and coming from an amazing family, her mom, Allison Feaster. What a career Allison had.
Oh, unreal. And you're not surprised when you see what a great kid Sarah is, because Allison is a phenomenal human being.
Turn around for Jana El-Alfi. Uconn now up 46-14 in the paint.
And it's important for El-Alfi to gain confidence scoring in traffic like she did on that possession. She's been inconsistent this season, and they need her to be feeling her best heading into the NCAA tournament and the Big East tournament.
Which gets rolling on Friday. Connecticut and Marquette, they get the bye to Saturday. Our coverage begins Saturday at noon on FS1 with Uconn and the winner of the A9 game as El-Alfi connects.
And what a pass from Ashlyn Shade. Gathered her balance. I thought she almost walked, got rid of the ball, and found El-Alfi.
19 assists for Connecticut. Eight on the shot clock. That does not have a score in double figures. It has been a clinic by Uconn's defense. That 3 off for Perkins, a tip out, and then Marquette will get a fresh 20. Think about the Big East with Connecticut and Creighton both in the top 25. And in this conference, this Marquette team tussle for that third spot with Seton Hall, who's in action right now against Xavier. That is the 4th 5-second violation of the game.
I haven't seen this many calls, I think, throughout the entire season.
Really?
Yeah, for UConn. And they've got 4 today. Unreal.
Still some things to be figured out in terms of Big East tournament seeding, but Marquette knows it's moving on to Saturday's quarters. As Fudd was off on the 3. Villanova also in the top 5 of the conference with the Pirates. The Blue Jays locked up that 2nd seed, and Connecticut, it's an amazing run through this league, an unbeaten conference season. But the highlight, Meg, the 87-58 statement win on February the 16th at South Carolina. That, Gino Auriemma told us, showed that his team can, in fact, contend for the national championship. What did they do that game that was so convincing?
Well, you know what? They believed that they could win, and they went in and they took that game. I've seen them play so inconsistently throughout the season where they would play really good defense, but then get a little stagnant offensively and not shoot the ball well. They went and they took the game to South Carolina, and they believed, and they won convincingly. I didn't see it coming.
They made 13 threes. So you outscore South Carolina by 30 from beyond the arc. That's what Gino Auriemma said. Allow his team to contend for it all. Get another foul on the take, this one on Brady.
And Ice Brady's face was one of, are you kidding me? And most kids complain when they commit fouls, and you just say, okay, relax. But she's got a point. Her hands were up. She was standing there. Not much more she could have done.
2 shots.
As Jaden Mason is back to the line. Riding some momentum into this one. 3 double-figure performances over the last 4, and Coach Consuegra saying that she's somebody who can change this Marquette team because of the pace that she plays with, pace that we've already seen today.
Her speed is remarkable, both with and without the basketball. She's a phenomenal defender. Great footwork. She, she's quick, she's fast, she's smart. It's a dangerous combination.
Bud, long, got her own miss. Bud's been more aggressive. This time she's short, so pursue it for a 3rd opportunity.
It's important for Fudd to keep shooting the ball even when she misses.
Why?
She loses confidence. And she's a kid who likes things to be perfect.
One goes for Ashlyn Shade.
El Alfie just got hit in the head, and she looked at the official like, what, you're not going to call them?
Let them play. On a day where Connecticut, they shot 14 for 18 in the first quarter, led by 16 after 1. That's a bump and a foul by El Alfie.
Now, El Alfie, the better play, when you see, you're on that backside, you see the kid driving, step over towards the baseline, and you're 6'5", just stand there and be big.
Caroline Ducharme checks in. A Uconn fan favorite, has dealt with a head and neck injuries. Checking in for Connecticut.
I tell you, there's no one who has worked harder than Ducharme to get herself back and playing. And the crowd, that huge ovation. No disrespect to Ali Zabel, who came in at the same time. The crowd thrilled to see Ducharme, the first time she's walked out on Gample's court in a long time.
She has worked very hard after concussion issues. Just plagued her over the last year, and able to find her way back to the court for a 3rd game. They love her effort, the amount of hustle that she brings.
She's a great kid and a great teammate, but let me tell you, I've been seeing her play and shoot around in the practices. They miss her terribly.
Charm off, rebound to the Golden Eagles.
Perhaps a little excited with that shot. Shot it a little long.
You could sense that.
Yeah, I can't blame her.
Skylar Forbes, 8 points on the day. Good to go.
Yeah, tough take. It was a great take. Just couldn't get it to fall.
They have held one of the Big East's best scorers to 3 of 11 from the floor.
You see Paige Becker put her hand on her head like, Caroline, you got to shoot that.
That's when you get taken back out.
This place would have erupted.
Ducharme driving and turning it over.
That's her bread and butter, dribble penetrating and making things happen in the lane. Tough shot by Mason, getting fouled by Shade.
send Jaden Mason back to the line. And for Mason, when we talk about Marquette and their ability to make a run in the Big East tournament, Kara Consuegra told us the reason why we've won 5 in a row is one, defense. They're holding teams to 56 points per game. But she said the other thing is because of the amount of attention that Skylar Forbes and Lee Volker demand from other defenses, we need players like Jaden Mason to break out and capitalize when they get opportunities.
And it's really fascinating that this team has just gotten better and better and better. And Mason has started stepping up huge for Marquette, as has Hallie Weiss. She equally has helped this team the way she's been playing. And they're all, you love when you see teams playing their best at this time of the season.
18 and a win at Georgetown in the last couple of weeks. Shade driving on Mason.
You know, with all the other people that we've been talking about, then you forget about Ashlyn Shade, who comes in and makes things happen off the bench.
Had a career high 27, 7 made threes against Iowa State earlier this year. Mason has led the Golden Eagles attack, 13 points. It's going to be fun to watch in the Big East tournament next weekend.
Can't wait for it.
Charm kicking, Zabel, Allie Zabel.
Allie Zabel is money. If you talk to any of her teammates, she went weeks without even missing a shot at practice.
The freshman, part of a loaded recruiting class that ranked number 2 in the country. She was ranked number 7 in the class. Strong at the top of the recruiting class. That one goes for Lee Volker. Brady, after missing 7 games with left shoulder injury, making a return for Uconn today. Shot clock down to 9. Free throw line jumper doesn't go. Brady. Villanova 4-5 game. How about that?
It'll be fun to watch. I can't wait for it. You know, anything can happen come tournament time. Oh, this place would have erupted had that ball gone in.
And yes, as Allison said, Uconn Senior Day festivities will be right here on FS1 following this game. You'll be able to see what will be high emotions for Paige Beckers, Caitlin Shen, Aubrey Griffin, and AZ Fudd. Of course, Fudd with a decision to make on whether she'll come back to Uconn next year. We'll know that in the next 8 days. For Paige Beckers, you got to be wondering here, Meg, about what her emotions will be with everything she's been through, and these fans who have been so supportive of her through the journey, through all the ups and all the downs.
It's such an emotional day, and I do quickly want to point out Sarah Strong is sitting next to her as a freshman, thinking this day will never be here for her, and you blink your eyes, and it's here. And now Paige Beckers is playing in her last regular season game at Gamble in front of this crowd, and her parents and siblings will be walking out with her. It's incredibly emotional. That's why I kind of liked it they started doing it post-game. Nice pass and cut.
Brady to Allie Zabel. You can sense the upside of Zabel for future seasons.
That's just smart basketball, moving well without the basketball, finding the open spot.
Forbes fouled on the tank. Coach Consuegra, knowing that what's next this upcoming weekend, she's going to clear off her bench here. As you see Chen come off the floor and get nice applause. Caitlin Chen, Princeton transfer, will be celebrating Senior Day shortly. And you talk about Marquette, Meg, again, what this program's done with 20 wins on the season. Think about this. When they reached 20 wins in 28 games, it tied for the second fastest road to 20 wins by a first-year head coach in program history, second to only the great Terry Mitchell.
You can't say enough about what Kara Consuegra has done. she came in and she just got to work with these kids. And some kids had transferred, and some kids almost transferred, but she is a phenomenal coach. And she's a great teacher, and that's what coaches are. And these kids believe, and they've achieved more than they dreamed possible.
Long personal foul. They have 5 Big East road wins. That's the most by a first-year head coach in Marquette history, and that's got to bode well too, Meg, for them in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be playing your best basketball right now for that reason, and they are.
Jumper goes for Perkins, who has 9 points. Kennedy Perkins. We've seen Perkins. We've seen Jaden Mason. 3 in double figures for the Golden Eagles. Arnold kicking. Caden Samuels hits the 3.
I give Samuels a lot of credit. She comes in at the end of games at this point in the season, and she is never shy to launch, but she knocks down open threes.
That is what Gino Auriemma told us will allow his team to win a national championship in Tampa. The ability to just make such a difference from beyond the arc. Brady with a stop and a shot clock violation. It has been a nice welcome back for Ice Brady.
I think she had 2 blocks there in that sequence. I mean, incredible job. Missed her freshman year with dislocated patella, and then didn't play great last year. And then coming back this year, did a lot of work in the offseason, was ready to play. And then she hurt her shoulder, and looking as good as I've seen her in her career this game.
Now Brady attacking. We have seen the return of Ice and the role she can play.
So, but I haven't seen her make a move like that yet. Again, good timing for this to be happening for this team.
This just game 1 of a marathon day of women's college basketball here on FS1. As Allison said, top 20 showdown, the Big Ten next. Ohio State and Maryland. Big 12 regular season title game still ahead. TCU and Baylor. It just shows you get to this time of year, it is spectacular in this sport. There's so much high competition. The bar in this sport just keeps on rising. We saw it last night in USC UCLA.
It's a good time to be a women's basketball fan, that's for sure.
They rise to their feet on an emotional senior day for Uconn. And certainly high expectations. A Big East tournament title is next. They've already won the regular season.